Well, this is going to be kind of an ass backwards video because I should have started this when I got here today. Last video I made was August 16th, 2022. So how long is that? God, coming up on 1.5 years ago. And since then, really, the only substantial work that's been done are the sway bars, which I don't know if you can see here, but there they are, going back to the links on the MCS coilovers. Of course, guess what? Same thing, both sides. But maybe you can see what's going on here. And really lots of measuring and noodling on how to do things. Here are the rear sway bar links on the trailing arms. The sway bar hangs down on a frame there, and if you look closely, you might be able to see the adapters I made to be able to put the E36M3 rear calipers on the E28 M5 trailing arms. Again, sorry for the poor quality here, and I've got probably way too much light on things, but there you go, at the bottom of the MCS coilover. There you go. Again, the adapter for the E36M3 calipers so that I could use the E36M3 rear rotors. That was kind of the rub, because the ears on the E28M5 trailing arms mounted the calipers too close. It would have required the smaller E28 M5 rotors. I don't know if that makes any sense, but that's what had to be done. There we go. Try to cut this off without dropping my laptop. Well, maybe I'll show you around the shop. Since the last video, I moved the lift. The lift used to be here in this corner. The Bridgeport used to be over here. And now the car is in a position where it can be rolled out easily and roll back in, and there you can see the shop back there. I'll walk back in one more time. Anyway, that's where the Bridgeport used to be, back in that corner, as well as the lathe. Anyway, going back into the shop area one more time. The workbench is still in the same place it's always been. This one little mini pallet rack still where it was, but now I have taken the machine tools, put them back in the corner, and the other pallet racks over here to the right, as well as the toolboxes that used to be against the wall with the workbench. And back here is, let's see what we got. We got a stretcher shrinker, a little crappy sheet metal brake, the Bridgeport, the lathe, and the drill press. So anyway, coming back out, there's my domain. And what I've been doing today is, well, a couple of weeks ago, I set the lift back up here in this position, and I used a surveyor's level to set all the stops on the uprights to the same height, so that when the platforms are sitting on the locks, the platforms are basically perfectly level or planar. What I've done here is, because the car was sitting on its tires, I have blocked up the chassis against the platforms of the lift, and now the chassis is perfectly level, at least end to end. The nose may be lower or higher than the rear, probably lower, but the main thing I was doing was trying to get any twist out of the car. So I've leveled across the rear subframe and the front subframe, and now the chassis is sitting hard on the lift, and I will begin welding in the firewall and ultimately the roll cage and stiffening everything up in a very good position so the chassis isn't twisted at all. So that was what was going on today. I'll get back on the firewall, which I started building about 2 weeks ago. Finally figured out how to do that after I resigned myself to the fact that I was not going to be able to use the E36M3 pedal set and vacuum servo, which would have pushed the seating position, the driver's seating position, almost into the back seat. So I'm going with a Tilton 600 rearward facing master cylinder pedal set. And I lost a little bit of foot space, but couldn't be helped with this big V8 in there, clearance for the exhaust system. So anyway, that's where I am right now. I'll try to make these videos a little more often now that I'm back from, oh God, all kind of personal stuff that was just keeping me from wanting to work on the project. But hopefully get it finished this year. I got to hustle because I've got a house renovation going on too. So anyway, stay tuned. See ya. Bye.